Question 46. Is positive thinking beneficial? To think positively, with kind, caring, compassionate and constructive thoughts, and particularly in recognition of our spiritual nature, can indeed prove beneficial to ourselves and for those around us. The mind is actually more powerful than we generally realize. As we think, we effectively help to create our own future conditions. This is because our thoughts are energy. What we send out will always reverberate back to us, whether positive or negative. Naturally, how we live, what we do, our actions, whether worthy of our soul status or purely for self-satisfaction, and our reactions to what life presents us with, also contribute to the future we sow for ourselves, and this is determined by the law of karma. Even the people we meet may be drawn to us according to how we think. This can include people from the spirit world. If we think lovingly and kindly towards other people and life in general, this will help raise our vibrations and attract like-minded spirit people. On the other hand, if our thoughts are fearful or depressive, or they reflect a negative attitude to other people and life, this will lower our vibrations, and will attract those of a similar lower vibration on earth and from the spirit world. Our destiny is always determined by ourselves. It is therefore worth our while to think and live positively in the way our soul, our heart and our conscience directs us. I recognize that this is not always easy because the media do tend to bombard us with so much miserable and negative news that it could depress the world's greatest optimist. It is at these testing times that we need to quickly retune our thinking to a positive vibration and remember that we are eternal spirit beings. Indeed, this is the main focus of my book, Immortality. My advice to everyone is to never forget that we will all one day return to our home world to reside within a realm of unconditional love and light. It may also help to avoid watching TV news and reading the daily newspapers. Therefore, when reports of this or that tragedy reach us, we need to remember again and again that nobody has or ever will truly die. We are all learning through our earth life experiences. They may not always be pleasant experiences, but we cannot judge whether these were accepted in order to spiritually advance the soul. When we lose a loved one, we should focus on the fact that they have been released from pain and earth problems, and that they can return home to spirit life and live once again in a brighter, happier world. If we lose a job, we should try to welcome the new challenges ahead and that these may bring new friends into our lives. Financially, this may not be easy, but remember that everything on earth is temporary. Sooner or later, every cloud can reveal a silver lining, even if we do not see this until we return to our spirit home world. Positive thinking can also prove beneficial to health, although any karmic issues may still take effect. Whereas, negative thinking can create a vibration that is disharmonious to the mental and emotional bodies that comprise the aura. This disharmonious vibration can later allow ill health, or disease, to manifest in the physical body. It is therefore in our best interests to remain as positive as we can. To literally stay cheerful and laugh at life as much as we can, and to accept the fact that for soul growth life can at times be a hard and challenging experience. Yet, despite the tough times, we can always remain positive by remembering that it is a temporary spirit adventure. If we can manage to train ourselves to look for a positive in every aspect of life, this can help us to better cope with life's challenges. It may also allow the promptings of the soul to more readily direct us in life. I have noticed that some people confuse positive thinking with zealous determination, but any blind pursuit of a goal without any consideration that embraces an element of kindness and compassion for one's fellow travelers on earth is unworthy of the indwelling soul, and is not using positive thinking in a spiritually constructive way. One's motives really need to be right, fair and just. Ideally, we should be engaging our intuition, and certainly our conscience, with our positive thinking. If one's motives are of a lower motivation, such as greed and a desire to dominate in any way, or they are unfairly detrimental to others, they may still come to fruition to satisfy the earth ego. However, they will do nothing to advance the indwelling soul, and will more likely add to one's karma in a negative way. However, when positive thinking is used in conjunction with spiritual awareness, it can help us in a number of ways. It can, for instance, help us to feel more contented and in control of our lives. Speaking generally, we should recognize and remember that our thoughts are energy transmissions, and that they also register within one's own aura. Consequently, it is so often how someone thinks that can result in a health problem. Whereas, when one recognizes themselves as an immortal soul and remains positive without holding any real fears about what will unfold in their life, they can quite often stay clear of all major disease. Naturally, we must all pass from the earth life sooner or later, but we should absolutely have nor hold any fear or anxiety about this. When the day and the moment comes, those of us who have lived reasonably good and loving lives on earth will soon find ourselves reunited with our spirit world friends, and life in conditions of blissful, unconditional love.